Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. I'm Inks Laura 123, and today I'm going to be asking, what would you do? So basically I've got this game from the works, £3, and it is called What Would You Do? And it says here, think fast to create your master plan in this hilarious game of unusual situations. So yeah, you get these cards here and they've all got different like scenarios on, and you've got to say what would you do in that situation. But you've got to think fast, you've got to be quick. So yeah, I don't know. These answers that I give could be really good or they could be really crap. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. If you feel like you want to play along while you're watching this, please do. Just get involved in the comments section down below. You can answer a few of them, all of them, or if you don't want to, reply and answer and play along, that's fine as well. Just watch me doing it. So let's do it. What would you do? Let's do it. Right, okay, so the first one says you have to go one whole day without your feet touching the floor. What would you do? So your feet can't touch the floor. Okay, this is like literally quick fire. I'd get a wheelbarrow from someone. No, I'd get someone else to get me a wheelbarrow from somewhere, and I'd just make them push me around all day. And yeah, then I'm still getting about doing my thing, but my feet aren't touching the floor. Yeah, there's going to be some strange, weird answers here. At your wedding, your childhood crush stands up and declares their undying love for you. What would you do? Oh, I mean, was my crush when I was young, but I'd be like, no, sir. No, I'm getting married. This is the person I've chose. Sorry, too late. You snooze, you lose. Aliens have invaded the earth and they immediately choose you as their new leader. Oh, God, that's a worry. What would you do? Well, I'd say to the aliens, I come in peace, I come in love, let's all be friends, because you never know what you're playing with. You don't know what you're going to mess with aliens. Like, are they good? Are they bad? So I'll be like, look, let's be nice to everyone, and yeah, I'd just be nice to the aliens. I'd be a good leader, I think. You make a silly TikTok coining your own phrase and it ends up going viral. Viral, baby. You become a celebrity overnight and everyone is obsessed with your catchphrase. What would you do? Well, without a doubt, I'd copyright it. I'd copyright my own saying, my own phrase, whatever I've said that's gone viral. Because otherwise people borrow it, steal it, nick it, or whatever. And I don't want them getting profit and fame out of something I've created. So yeah, I'd copyright it and be like, no, you can't say that, only I can say that, and then just carry on making videos that go viral, I suppose. I don't know. You need to convince some TV executives that your life would make a top-rated reality TV show. What would you do? That'd be hard to convince anyone, because I think I'm pretty boring, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? I get up, I go to work, go a bit of shopping, do a bit of reading. But yeah, I don't know, I suppose if I had to convince them, I'd be like, hey, I'm Laura, I'm from Essex, and I'm wacky and weird and funny, and I'm open-minded, and I'd speak, my views and opinions. Like, I think people would really want to watch me. Like, I don't know, they probably wouldn't, let's be honest. Okay. You have 24 hours to take a selfie of you wearing the crown jewels. What would you do? I'd pretend I worked for the royal family. I don't know, maybe I could go in as like a maid or something, and then start like cleaning the crown jewels, and then be like, and then take a photo. Oh God. Okay, right. You're at a yoga class doing a downward dog. Oh no. When you let out a thundering fart, what would you do? I mean, I would just laugh, to be fair. Like, I'm that sort of person. Like, I know some people get like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed and humiliated. I would just laugh it off, I would just be like, oh my God, everyone. At least it proves I was really relaxed, really relaxed in the zone, and just laugh it off. Because, why not? You find out that you have the ability to flawlessly impersonate anyone's voice you choose. What would you do? Oh, see, I try and do impersonations of people I know, famous people, etc. And I'm just not very good. Well, no, some of my friends I can kind of do, but I would start a YouTube channel, like a TikTok or whatever social thing, and do impressions of famous people. And then I'd get loads of money because, everyone think it was really cool and funny. And yeah. You send a photo to your friend's group chat. Sorry, you send a photo to your friend's group chat and realise after everyone has viewed it, that you can be seen in the photo in your underwear. What would you do? I mean, if it's a friends group chat, like, I don't really care if they see me in my underwear, you know? Yeah, I mean, I've got changed in front of my friends. They've got changed in front of me over the years, like when you get ready to go out or whatever. Um, so yeah, I'd laugh it off and be like, oh, well, look at me in me bra and me panties. My panties. Why did I even say that? My panties. All right, a new family moves in next door, but you're convinced that they are vampires. What would you do? Now, this is an interesting one because probably most people will be scared of vampires, but ever since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with vampires. I actually thought I was one, but that's another story. But yeah, I'll be knocking. I'll be knocking and I'll be like, hey, you know, I am fantastic as well. I'm part of you lot. You know, we're all the same. Oh, I want to bite your neck. I'd just be friendly with them, basically, because I like a vampire. You've been wrongly imprisoned for a crime that you didn't commit and you need to escape. What would you do? That sounds like the beginning of the A-Team. They've been wrongly imprisoned for a crime they didn't commit or something like that. I used to love the A-Team. By the way, let me know in the comments, do you remember the A-Team? And if so, who's your favourite? I loved Murdoch because he was just so funny. And, I don't know though, Face was pretty cute. I did have a crush on Face when I was young. Anyway, I'm not talking about the A-Team. What would I do if I was wrongly imprisoned? I would... That's bad. I don't know. I'd try and get out. That's a really crap answer. That's lame. Well, no, actually, do you know what I would do? I would somehow get a social media thing going, you know, like hashtag free Laura. She's innocent. Right, your favourite artist is performing a farewell concert in your hometown on the same night that you promised to attend a family games night. What would you do? Well, as much as I do love my family or whatever, like, come on, if my favourite artist is performing a farewell concert of that, I've got to go. I mean, you know, I'm trying to think of people that I love music like Lewis Capaldi, for example. Love a bit of Lewis. If he was round the corner doing a show, sorry, games night, that can happen another night. I'm going to see a concert. My favourite concert I've ever been to would probably be Savage Garden, because I absolutely love Savage Garden. I still do. And also The Feeling as well. I saw The Feeling in concert many years ago, and that was amazing. Anyway, you are cast in the biggest blockbuster movie of the year, but find out on opening night, oh no, that you've been cut from all your scenes have been cut. What would you do? Oh my God, that'd be so embarrassing. Like, you're all there. Like, no, I would be proper diva. I'm like demanding what the hell is going on here. Why am I not in it? You know, I am the star of this film. Why am I not in it? So yeah, I'd be a proper diva and trying to find out why I'm not in it. And then I'd go to the press and be like, why am I not in this? And tell all the sordid stories from behind the scenes or something. I don't know. You are the only witness to a bank robbery. The robber got away, and you learn that they immediately gave half of the stolen money to a local charity. What would you do? This is hard because clearly it's not great, you know, but they have to give half to charity. I don't know. I'd probably be like quite, like, you know, give a bit of a description of who I saw and what happened, but I'd kind of maybe keep a few things back because at least they had something nice in them to want to give to a charity. But, you know, shouldn't be doing a bank robbery, let's be honest. You come home to find your exact twin living in your house pretending to be you. That's scary. Imagine me as a twin. Oh, God. You need to convince everyone that you are the real you. What would you do? So, okay. I would probably like say to people, right, like, you know, you've all got your private stories that only you and that person share. I'd say, look, go over to that one, like the twin, the fake me, ask them about something that happened, see if they know, because they won't, because they weren't there, because I am the real twin. Yeah. Your friend asks you to read their novel, but when you read it, you notice that the villain has a striking similarity to you. What would you do? I know I probably should be offended by that, because clearly they think you're bad to make you the villain. But I've always thought, like, in books, TV, pantomime, like films, the villain's always quite exciting, interesting, a bit of a character, sometimes better characters than the goodies. Like, taking Disney films or whatever, the villains are like more memorable sometimes than the nicey ones. So yeah, in a weird way, I'd be kind of flattered, I suppose. Okay, you go to a friend's house and accidentally clog their toilet. I've so done that before. I have actually done that years and years ago. Anyway, Moving on. There's no plunger in sight. What would you do? So, yeah, as I say, that has happened. I'm not going to go into detail now, but it has happened many, many years ago. And I was just honest. You know, it was embarrassing. You do cringe, but you're like, what can you do in that situation? You've got to tell them. So if they're your friend anyway, they shouldn't be too like horrible about it. Right, you are due to appear on a game show, but use the wrong door in the studio and are mistaken for a contestant on a national talent show. You've had no time whatsoever to prepare your act and are about to go on stage. What would you do? Well, I mean, so it's a talent show. I would just sing. Not that I'll just put it out there. I don't think I'm very good, by the way. I can sing to a level of it's all right. You know, it's not great. It's not awful. I've heard worse. I've heard a lot better. But if I was on a talent show, I'd either do like comedy, but then I'm not very good at telling jokes. So yeah, I just stick to just singing. Just, yeah, blag it. Someone confuses you with a celebrity singer, asks for your autograph and wants you to sing. What would you do? Okay, so I probably nasty, but I would probably go along with that and pretend to be that singer, because no, the person would be so excited that they've met you. So I wouldn't want to be like, well, actually, I'm not them. I'd say, okay, yeah, I am that person. You know, we can take a quick selfie. I can give you an autograph, but I can't sing because I've got a bit of a sore throat, or I've got a concert soon, so I've got to save my voice. But I would pretend to be the singer. Is that bad? You're creating your final showstopper on the Great British Bake Off when you discover that someone has put all your sponge cakes in the bin. What a bitch. What would you do? Well, I'd find out who it is and ruin their cake. Seriously, I don't know how, but I would ruin their cake to bits. Oh, don't talk about cake. I'm on a diet. Oh no, now I've got cake in my mind. Think of lettuce leaves. Think of lettuce leaves. Think of lettuce. There we go. You have to win an eating. Well, now it's gone on to food again. You have to win an eating competition where the record to beat is 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes. You can use any means necessary. What would you do? Well, I do like a hot dog. A vegetarian one or vegan, obviously. So I would probably, if I was like really hungry, I probably wouldn't find that an issue. God, I sound really greedy now. Yeah, I'd shove a few sausages in my mouth. Oh, God. Anyway, you need to cook a dish to serve to Gordon Ramsay that would actually impress him. What would you do? I don't like Gordon Ramsay, sorry. Like, my mum used to love watching him. She thought it was so funny and stuff, but I just, no, I can't be doing Gordon Ramsay. I think he talks to people like crap. I know that's his thing, but I don't like him. Well, I would just be sneaky and go around people who knew him or have worked with him, be like, what's his favourite kind of food? And then just make him something that I know he would probably like. You are washing your hair when you realise you've accidentally used, oh God, hair removal cream instead of shampoo. What would you do? That is terrifying. I used to use hair removal cream on my legs back in the day, and I never found that it got any hair off, to be honest. Like, I used to literally rub it all in and wait for it to set, and then my hairs would just still be there. But anyway, I don't know, I'd cry. Buy some wigs, buy a hat, wait for it, hopefully to grow back. While giving a presentation, your entire social media search history is displayed instead of your slideshow. What would you do? Oh, God. I mean, I literally search pretty much the same things all the time. There's nothing that I search on my social media I'm particularly embarrassed about or awkward. It's normally like, you know, certain book-related questions. When's this book coming out? Is this book part of a series? What other books have this author done? Like, I'm really boring. And also, like, lots of Jewishy stuff. Me and Nathan laugh because I'll normally put, is so-and-so Jewish? You know, is this celebrity Jewish? I don't know why I do that. I just do that. What else do I search? I don't know, like, just random, like, news stuff. Like, yeah, I'm not embarrassed. If it come up, I just own it, whatever. You've got 5 hours to fill a room with 500 people whose first name is the same as yours. Oh, God, what would you do? So I've got to get 500 people called Laura, put out a social media post or several and on YouTube and that, and just kind of be like, look, if anyone's called Laura, you can get to Essex. Let's do it. Let's, you know, break a record. I'll give you all a drink and a bit of chocolate or something just to get them round. Laura's quite uncommon these days. When I was at school back in the day, there were so many Lauras. I mean, we had 3 Lauras in my class at school. And now, like, I barely meet anyone called Laura. Maybe it's like an old school name, because I'm old. You wake up one morning and find that you've swapped bodies with a UK Prime Minister. Oh, God, no. No, please. You have 24 hours before you are returned back to your own body. What would you do? Well, for a start, I'd get rid of all of the ones that are in charge at the moment. I'd be like, no, you can go and work at other places. See you later. Won't be political, but they're not good. I don't know. Like, I just look for the best of the best, and I'd just say, look, you know, we need a change. Can you help with this? Can you help with that? And just make the country better. You're wearing a very detailed costume to a Halloween party, but when you arrive, you see that everyone is just wearing their regular clothes. What would you do? That sounds a little bit like the episode from Fools and Horses, you know, when Dale and Rodney turn up and is it Batman and Robin, isn't it? And no one else is dressed up. Brilliant episode. I still like Fools and Horses. I would just rock it. I'd be like, yeah, like, I'm just dressing up. You lot are real boring, you know, because I'm rocking this outfit. Or I could lie and say that, oh, I'm so popular, I've just come from a Halloween party, didn't have time to change. Maybe that could work. All right, you visit a new friend's house, and when you go into their room, you find a collection of things, oh no, you'd lost during your life. What would you do? That's quite freaky, because they're a new friend, and they've got stuff from your life. So clearly, they've been, like, stalking you, getting your stuff. I would run. I would literally be out the door, like, oh, must go, just got something to do I forgot about, and then just never see them ever again. Or should I try and take my stuff back and confront them? Or they could get nasty. If they're weird to do that in the first place, yeah, maybe I just do a runner. You are working as a restaurant waiter and your favourite celebrity comes to dine. At the end of their meal, they want to leave without paying or tipping. What would you do? That means they're a bit arrogant then. I'd be quite sad, like... I'm trying to think of celebrities I like. There's loads, but you know, you're on that spur of the moment thing. I can't. Zach Bagans, there we go. Ghost Adventures. Like, if he come in and I made him a meal and he ended up being a bit mean, I'd be like, But then again, I still like him. He's my favourite celeb, so I'd probably let it slide. I wouldn't drop him in it. You are fishing with some friends when you're reeling a mermaid. What would you do? I love mermaids. I just look after her, make sure she's happy, you know, pamper her, brush her hair, see if she was hungry or thirsty. I don't know. I'd be nice to her. And then I'd be like giving her the option. Do you want to get back in the water? Or do you want to, you know, stay out of the water and, I don't know, just stay out. It's up to you. But I do love mermaids. You fall over in front of your crush and rip your trousers at the butt. What would you do? Oh, God. Well, I have fallen over many a time. I always fall over anything. Like, I literally fall over like air. Like, it's ridiculous. You know, some people fall over, right, because they trip over something. I, over the years, fall over nothing. Like, people laugh at me, but I do. I'm very clumsy. I don't know. I just lose track of my footing and then I'm over. But I just laugh it off. I mean, one of me and Nathan's first dates, I think it must have only been a couple of months in. Like, it was, what happened? I think I was wearing new boots and I fell over in them because I had like a little heel on them and I was trying to look all sexy and cool. And I remember just falling over at the end of the road and, oh God, this is so embarrassing, but oh well. I fell over and I laughed so much that I weed myself as well. It's a true story. And we're still together and we're engaged and it's been 13 years of love. But, he did have to put up with a lot of things. But yeah, I'd laugh it off if my trousers ripped or I fell over or just laugh. The same with the like yoga fart thing. Like, I just laugh. You're at a fairground trying to win the last big fluffy teddy bear, but a little girl at the shooting gallery hits the target and takes the bear. What would you do? I mean, I do love a teddy bear, as you know. Well, you might not know, but if you're a regular viewer, you'll know I'm a big kid. I love teddies, dolls, toys, like, yeah. But I'm not horrible. Like, if a little girl won it, I'd see how excited she looked, and that would make me happy. So I'd be a little bit envious, but I'd be proud and happy for her. Only if she was a nice kid. If she was a horrible little brat, then I could get a bit, you know, a bit. You realise mid-argument that you are actually wrong, but you don't want to admit defeat. What do you do? Now, see, that's the thing, right? I do. I mean, I don't particularly have arguments with people. I'm feisty, but like, I don't want to like, I don't like arguing with people. I don't like confrontation at all. I'm feisty in the way that I can stick up for myself now, that I couldn't when I was younger. So I'm pleased with that, but I'm not like that kind of argumentative. But you know, like there's people that just, I love a good argument. I ain't like that. But I suppose if I'm having a disagreement or an argument, if I do realise I'm wrong, I'm very honest and open. I'll be like, do you know what, hands up. I messed up, I'm wrong. And just own it, you know. You want to break a world record with the minimum amount of fuss and effort. What would you do? Oh, a world record without fuss and effort. Well, what do I like doing? Reading. I'd do some form of reading challenge because that'd be relaxing, chilled, not much effort. Sit there, cup of tea, blanket a book. I don't know what I could do with that, but I could try. Right, okay. You are an art handler and your job is to ensure precious paintings are delivered securely. When transporting the Mona Lisa, I love that painting, you accidentally drop your coffee on her face. What would you do? Well, oh God, this is awful. I would just not, I would not own up to that. I would just be like, well, it was fine when it left me. You know, it must have been someone on that. I've packed it up nice. It was all, yeah, I'd blame someone else. You're on a holiday and you fall asleep on your rubber ring in the ocean. When you wake up, you find that you are being circled by sharks. What would you do? I don't know. I'm terrified. Like I'm obviously, I can't even swim, but the thought of that terrifies me. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I'm sorry. I don't know. Just admit defeat and know they're going to get me. Give them a nice meal anyway. You're invited on stage while watching your favourite music artist and accidentally sing the wrong words into the mic. What would you do? It's always laughing with me, but I would just laugh it off and I just get all emotional and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, it's because I'm so excited and you're here. And yeah, I wouldn't like get embarrassed or nothing. What would you do? You're a spy for the UK government and you discover that your parents are on the country's most wanted list. I wouldn't drop my parents in it. I mean, I know you're probably supposed to, like even with family members. I bet these spies take it proper, like serious. But I couldn't. I wouldn't drop them in it. Your friend is delivering a speech on something you know nothing about on the day they've lost their voice, and they ask you to stand in for them. What would you do? Well, I would. Like, it doesn't bother me public speaking. It's weird. I've got this weird, like, I don't like crowds, but yet it wouldn't bother me if I was standing on a stage talking to a crowd. I just don't like being in the middle of crowds because I get anxious. But if I was just doing a speech in front of a group of people, like, it really doesn't bother me. So yeah, I'd do it, but I'd get them to give me some key points, bullet points, whatever, you know, and kind of fill me in on the gist of it, what I've got to say, and I'd help them out because I'm a good friend. You win £1 million, but you only have 7 days to spend it before it all vanishes. What would you do? Oh God, okay, so it vanishes, and I was going to say I'd put it away in my savings, but then it vanishes in 7 days. So I would have to buy something. Well, bookworm. Do you know what? I would buy not a load of books because that's a lot of books, but I would buy Waterstones vouchers because then I'd have endless amounts of vouchers. Buy books whenever I wanted. Lovely. Your friend asks you to feed her pet hamster while she's on holiday, but you only remember hours before she comes back. What would you do? Oh God. Well, I'd obviously quickly rush round there, and if it was, I don't think I could confess that. I'll be honest. I'd be like, well, I don't know what happened. You know, I've gone round, and it's kind of, you know, but yeah, I wouldn't own up to it. I know I probably should, but I'd feel too awful. So I'd still feel awful either way. But I just make out that I'd been going around there all the time, and it just, yeah. You enter a rap battle, and your first opponent is Eminem. What would you do? I'm not an Eminem fan, to be fair. I know there's probably a lot of people who love Eminem. I know Nathan likes some of his songs, but I've never liked his. There's only one song that I liked, and that was the one he did with Dido. What was that? Tears run colder, wonder what? Is it Stan or something? It's the only one I've kind of liked, but I'm not into Eminem. So a rap battle, I don't know. I'm not very good at rapping either. I'd just be like, nah, this ain't for me. I'll see you later. I like 50 Cent. That's the only kind of rapper. I used to love 50 Cent. You see me in the club. The club. You wake one day to find out that all the world's squirrels, this is weird, have formed an army to rise up and take over as our rulers. What would you do? It's the weirdest one yet. The squirrels. An army of squirrels are going to rise up. Well, I'd be friendly to the squirrels. I like squirrels. You know, I used to go out and feed them nuts. They loved me. So I'd just be like, look, I'm your friend. Be nice to me, please. Your friends accidentally butt dial you just as they're gossiping about you. What would you do? I would listen. Like, it's not even as obvious. Like, if someone's talking about me by accident and they don't realise that I'm listening, I'd be like this. I do that all the time. Like, if I hear people talking about me, I'll make out I'm not around and I'm listening. Don't you worry. You're listening to your guilty pleasure music in public, but then you realise that your earphones are not connected to your phone and it's blasting it out loud. What would you do? Well, I've always said this. I haven't got guilty pleasure when it comes to anything I like, really. I like music or films or whatever. Like TV shows. Like, I like what I like, and if people go, it's a load of crap, I'm like, all right then, that's cool. But I like it. So I've never had that kind of guilty pleasure. I suppose you could say like pop music is guilty pleasure, but I'm just not guilty about it because I love it. I'd own it. I'd be like, yes, this is Five. This is Lewis Capaldi. You know, I don't know. I won't be embarrassed about my music. You wake up one morning and discover you have the ability to move objects with your mind. What would you do? Is that telekinesis? That's what they call that, isn't it? I think move objects with your mind. Oh, I don't know. Actually, that's hard. I don't know. I'd probably go into like shops and just get stuff that I want without taking them. That sounds terrible. You're watching TV at home and your dog suddenly starts talking to you, but only you can hear what he's saying. What would you do? I'd talk back. I'd have a chit chat, you know. I'd want to find out like his or her inner thoughts. Also, turn my dog into a spy. Send it round to people, see what they're saying, and then he can report back to me what he heard. Yeah. You're working as a surgeon, and while operating on a patient, you discover that they are an alien. What would you do? Well, heal them. You know, I don't judge if you're an alien, if you're a human. Of course, as long as you're a nice one. I'd heal you, you know. And I wouldn't tell anyone in like government or anything because you just worry, you know, Men in Black and all that jazz. The aliens. You have an argument with a rude customer at a supermarket, and when they walk away, you notice they've dropped their wallet. What would you do? Oh, God, I'm a little awful now. Well, I mean, if they were nice, I have actually had it where I've walked along, someone's dropped something out their pocket or whatever, and I'm like, oh, you dropped something there, and I'll give it to them. But if they were rude and nasty and I just had a big old row with them in the shop, I'd take it. Come on. Take that. Money. You're getting your hair cut. This is the last one, by the way. You're getting your hair cut and the hairstylist slips and cuts a huge chunk out of your hair and you're getting your passport photo taken tomorrow. What would you do? God. I've had a few hair disasters in the past where it's been cut wrong. Sometimes of my own doing, like if I cut my fringe and it goes a bit... I just say to them, if they're a professional hairdresser, kind of, I'd say like, look, what you've done, you've messed it up, but try and rock it. Like, try and do it that it was a deliberate look, not a mistake. And own it. Whew, look, the cards are like everywhere now. Have you enjoyed this video? Because I have. It's been fun. You're like, no, not really, it's boring. Well, if you have enjoyed it, please give this video a big old thumbs up. Please leave a comment or comments. If you want to answer any of these scenarios, or all of them, I don't mind. Actually, no, that would take up a lot of space in the comment section. Okay, well, just, if you want to answer a few of them, there you go. Or none, whatever. Please give a big like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate if you subscribe. My next milestone is so close. So I'd love it if you subscribe. So I'm just tidying these up. Yeah, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. Check out all of the links to my social media down below. Come and follow me on there. And check out my other channel, Minxlaura123 ASMR. If you want a video to relax you, make you sleep, and give you tingles, 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 check out my other channel. Anyway, I'm going to tidy these all up. I don't know what to do with these now. Yeah, I don't know what to do with them. I'm like, oh, I've done it in a video now. I suppose I could play it with Nathan, but I've already given my answers. Mind you, he doesn't know what answers I've give, because he's not going to watch this video, let's be honest. I said to him the other week, I said, do you ever watch my videos? Come on, be honest. And he was like, no. I was like, okay, fair enough. Blunt. But yeah, so we could play this together. And then I'll probably just, I don't know, just give it to a charity shop or something. Someone will want this. It's fun. But yeah, the works had lots of other different like little games and stuff. Like £2, £3. So yeah, I like these little kind of card kind of based games. They're fun. You know, as much as people play all the, you know, the consoles and stuff or whatever, like, don't get me wrong, I love playing a bit of Mario Kart, but there's something about just sitting there with someone and just playing like a little card game and questions and answers that's fun. Old school. Like me. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.